Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday. And of course, let's head up to our friends up on the beautiful Gold Coast. And of course, it's been with the Gold Coast Knights footy club in particular. And of course, we've got three very special guests joining us right now to tell us a bit about how the season's panning out so far for the Knights. Thanks all three for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
No worries. Well, I'll get each you to introduce yourselves and what position do the three of you play on the field.
My name is Claire Farrington and I'm a centre back.
And my name's Amy Morland and I play midfield.
My name is Ria Kitana. I'm playing midfielder too.
Uh, Tell us a bit about the season so far.
Oh gosh. Where do we start? It's been the most, oh God, just start season. I'm not sure if Melbourne is the same, but yeah, the weather's just been crazy since pretty much the start of the season. We've had games and then we've had, weeks off and we've just had so many midweek games trying to catch up. So it's kind of been, yeah, all over the place, but we're on the near end season now. So we're nearly done.
And I'm assuming you said perfectly placed at the top end of the ladder.
Yes, we are. We are first. I think I think we're a couple points ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
still.
pretty tight at the top though. Yeah.
Yeah, the top
Yeah.
three are all pretty close. I think there's a bit of a gap from third
Yeah.
to fourth, but yeah, the top three are pretty tight at the moment.
Coming into what the Premier League season, I can't remember. Is this the first year or the second year now?
NPL, yeah, just the first year.
First year.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you are not surprised the way you have gone this year in the first year.
I mean, we knew we had a strong team coming in, but I guess it's like anything, you don't really know until you kind of get underway and get started and, see what other teams they have, what other players they have as well. But we've had a really good year so far.
And how's the preparations been like for this week's game? I know you got you got a couple of players that are injured at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like, towards the end of the season, there's always going to be injuries. But we're lucky that we've got great depth. So obviously midweek game makes preparation a little bit different as well, but we're good to go. We've got training tonight and we'll be ready to play by Sunday.
As I said, probably the best coach in the competition right now.
Gary.
Gary. I'm sure he'll enjoy me saying that. But what have all three of you learned from Gary? And obviously, I know most of you have been coached under him for many years.
Yes, for sure. I've been with Gary since I was, oh gosh, going back since I was 12. So that's nearly like what, 17 years now. Although it did kind of stop when I obviously went over to college for 4 years. But before then, until up to about 18, from the age of 12, I was always under Gary. And then obviously coming back from college, the last 5-ish years have also been under him. So yeah, it's been a long time following him around. You would have started when we went
Yeah,
south.
so maybe almost like five.
Yeah, about 5 years.
5 years too with Gary French.
And it's not enough. I crossed paths. Yeah, I crossed paths with Gary when I was probably, I don't even know, 14 or 15. Didn't really hear much from him between now and then. But yeah, got in touch with him and he's just top person and top coach. Yeah, we love Gaz.
Hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Same old Gary.
Same.
Everyone loves him. Everyone always has something good to say about him as well.
Considering you went through last season pretty much almost undefeated, or did go through last year undefeated. Is this year's team better than last season's?
Oh,
Oh,
it's so hard because
yes.
it's a tough question. We obviously had players from last year that aren't playing this year, but then we've gained players this year that we didn't have last year. So I guess just position wise, it's hard to compare players and their abilities and different positions. So I think we've just been so lucky over the last few years. We've always had a strong team under Gary. So yeah, we're definitely lucky. And I think this year we obviously needed it going into the NPL, which is obviously a big step up from QPL 1 last year and then QPL 3 2 years ago.
without giving too much away to your opponents in the next couple of weeks, tell us a couple of players we should watch out for.
In our team?
Yeah.
These two ladies right here.
No, this one here. She's carrying the defense line.
No, honestly, I think that's something that's so great about our team is that there's not a single player. Obviously, the girls that have been playing together for quite a few years now just gel so well. And the great thing is we make it so hard for the opposition because it's impossible to say, just watch out for our right wing or just watch out for our attacking midfielder. We have strengths all over the field. And yeah, I can imagine it would be difficult to prepare for games against us because of that.
And just following to what Claire said as well, I think this is one of the first years we've really had depth on the bench, which is nice. And with so many injuries since kind of, I guess, the start of the season between now, it's nice that we know we can, trust the players on the bench to come on and do their job as well, which is good.
I have to ask this then. I'm assuming you're the Kings, or sorry, I shouldn't say the Kings, the Queens of Gold Coast right now between yourselves and United.
Yeah, we're definitely over United. United are a bit down further on the ladder. So yeah, I think they've had a bit of trouble with, a lot of senior players leaving last year as well, but we'll take the reins for now.
How's it been like having, two Gold Coast teams down there in the National Premier League, and especially how's the fans been like when you had to verse against them?
You want to go?
Yeah, I think all the derbies have actually been very challenging. Sometimes that's because of the field, sometimes it's because players are missing, and you just always know it's going to be a battle. Obviously, we've got a lot to fight for when we play against each other. And it's so much fun to just get stuck in and see how the games play out. Say it's probably not always our prettiest style of football, but again, sometimes that's the game, and it's fun to have a team that's a bit closer travel wise. Does make those away games still feel like home games in a way, which is nice.
Claire, I'm going to stay with you for the next two because the other two have already answered this question.
You're in the hot seat.
When I've had them on the show.
On.
So where did the love of football start for you, and what does it mean now?
Yeah, I was really young. I'm the youngest of 4 kids. So naturally, I just kind of followed along wherever my siblings went. And most of the time, that was to my 2 older sisters' soccer games because my dad was the coach. So I almost just became like an extra player, come around to all the trainings, playing with them. And then from there, I just never stopped. Wanted to play as much as possible for as long as possible. And I'm grateful to be able to say that that's still my outlook, and I have aspirations of playing beyond the NPL, and I'm just so grateful to get the opportunity to play at such a great club with such great players and a good coach as well.
And then any highlights throughout your football journey so far?
Honestly, a lot. Just met some incredible people along the way. Probably my season with the Brisbane Roar, and then for me, college. I had such an amazing time over there, and I think I'll remember that forever.
Great segue, Claire, which I'm going to ask the other two as well. I mentioned about college a moment ago. Did any of you have to play against each other?
In college?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Where were you?
I was in Indianapolis.
Okay. And I was Georgia.
I think our timeline didn't really overlap while we were over there, I don't think.
Yeah, and I went over in 2014 in the August intake, and then graduated 2018. And then when did you start?
I started 2020 and graduated 2024.
I'm an old girl.
Amy, you mentioned about your highlight in college. I'm assuming that hasn't changed. And Claire, what will be your one throughout your college journey?
Yeah, it's hard because it's just an experience that's so different to anything available to people in Australia. And I think the lifestyle was great in terms of a footballing highlight. We made it to a national tournament one year, which was so much fun. But yeah, it's hard to pick just one.
So many across the 4 years.
Yeah.
So I need to ask all three this question then. What have the three learnt from each other on and off the field?
Oh, that is a good question. I would say for Claire, obviously this is my first year playing with Claire. I think just her leadership amongst the team and how well she kind of came into the team and gelled with all of the girls, both on and off the field as well. And I think the girls can, definitely agree with me on that. She's one of those girls that came in. It's like we'd played with her for years. I think you did play with a few, or you knew a few of the other girls.
Yeah, I've crossed paths with a few other players before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say, yeah, definitely Claire's leadership, just the way she, communicates on the field from, a defender's standpoint, and talks with the other girls. And Key, oh God, where do I start with Key? Well, I've been in midfield with her for, 5 years now?
5 or 6?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years. And just her athleticism on the field, she doesn't stop from the start of the whistle to the end of the whistle. The way she, we interact with each other, not just the way we talk to each other, we kind of just read each other on the field as well. And then even off the field, we've shared so many memories together since she started at South. I remember helping her on FaceTime. That was the first time I met her, and she couldn't log into my play football or whatever it was. And her English wasn't great either, and I'm trying to work it out with her. So it's so nice to see, since 5 years ago, how much she's developed in terms of understanding all the concepts and being able to even understand us as well on the field. So yeah, it's been really nice.
I think for Key, something that, well, I'm trying to learn, I would say, is the way that she can read the game so far in advance. And yeah, for me, I'm just, I don't know, my brain doesn't think that far ahead, but Key's already 2, 3 passes, plays ahead of everyone else. And so trying to keep up with her is such a great challenge to have. And it's something that I want to keep getting better at because of Key. And then Amy's probably 2 things for me is her work rate, absolutely never stops and will give 100% every single game. And she's just quite literally the best teammate on and off the field, just a person everyone should have in their life.
Never heard Claire speak so nicely about me. Oh,
make the most of it.
Yeah, that'll never happen again. Did you record that or you someone recorded? Send that snippet to me, please, Will.
All right. Yep.
And then you, Key.
All right. For Claire, it's good to have the defense line because she's very good leadership on the defense lines, always work really hard. And then, keep up each other, good communication. Yeah. And for Amy, I don't know.
Where do you start?
Yeah. I'm really grateful. I don't know how can I explain, but like totally changed my life in Australia. Yeah. And then we played together like 5 years. Same position, and then we don't need to like talk to each other like how each other like play.
Yeah, they kind of understand each other.
It's so good to have her in the team too. She's the best.
Good teammates.
Yeah, I agree with that. So Kay and Amy, I need to ask you this because both obviously every single time I've had both of you on the show, obviously over the last couple of seasons, which has been amazing, and I need to ask both of you: has it been more like a sisterhood, like a family thing for both of you now that both of you pretty much follow each other to whatever club both you've gone to?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that speaks for so many of the girls that are still with Gary today. If I look who's on the team, especially this year, there's Key, myself, Bronte, Brooke, Rosie, Harriet, Corrie. Hope I'm not missing anyone. yeah, there's just a number of us that have kind of all stayed together over the years, and it just goes to show, we love each other's company. We love being on the team together. It's always a great vibe. Um, Never been drama. Everyone just gets along with it. We're all just happy to be there. And I think that definitely stems from Gary as well. Gary's always instilled that in us since I was 12, since I played with him. And he always says at the start of the season, he really wants a good vibe between the team. And yeah, it's been honestly has not changed even between, going over to college and coming back. It's been the exact same. All the girls are there for each other. We back each other. And even outside of football, we all, love hanging out with each other. So yeah, I think we're so lucky to have such great friendship and relationships with each other, which of course helps on the field as well. So yeah, we're definitely lucky to have a great group of girls with us again this year. Probably be the same.
Yeah, probably same.
Yeah.
And also like Amy's family always like care about me, like it's so good.
Aussie
Yeah,
fam.
Aussie fam.
Ask some light-hearted questions before obviously all three have to head to training shortly. Who's the comedian, the best singer, and the best dancer on the team?
God.
I don't know if many of us are musically talented.
Just one.
Yeah, the whole singing thing, I don't know about that.
It just came up for Rosie.
For who?
Rosie.
Oh, comedian.
Dancing.
Yeah, Rosie's probably up there.
That's right, yep.
Comedian.
I rate Brookie as well. She's
yeah,
pretty funny.
yeah. Brookie's a goodie. Dancer and singer. Yeah, singer, I reckon we're all pretty average.
Yeah.
Dancer, yeah, give us all a few drinks and I think we're all just ready to go. Next Saturday night, we'll all be in fine form.
All right, I might try and test that theory when I come up to the Gold Coast eventually. So, who had the most embarrassing moment on the field this season, and what was it, considering your games are live streamed?
The only ones that pop to mind are like people slipping over when they've gone to kick a ball, but I think that's happened to the majority of us.
Especially with how wet the fields have been, yeah. I would say, yeah, I don't know about like really embarrassing, but yeah, just making a fool out of ourselves, falling over, slipping over.
Or Eddie slipped? No? No, it wasn't Eddie.
Was it Eddie?
It was training. I think it was training.
Oh, yeah, training's actually been good. Rondo.
Yeah.
Rondo at the start, there's some good falls there. Good nutmeg too.
And do either of you have a pre-game superstition, ritual, or routine? And for Key and Amy, has it changed from last time I've had both of you on the show?
Do you have any clue?
I actually try and steer clear of having superstitions because I feel like it just invites things to go wrong. And I feel like the less you have, then the smoother it can be. So I don't really have any superstitions, no.
I think mine last time, I always got to wear pre-wrap, like always wear pre-wrap. That's probably just like my one thing. I'm like, I've got to wear it. I feel weird without it. I think I trained a while back without, and it just, it just didn't feel right. I used to be left shin pad, then right shin pad, but don't really do that anymore. Just my pre-wrap. That's it. Nice and simple.
I don't have any.
Yeah, Kay's just ready to
Yeah,
go.
just I'm ready to all right, let's go.
Now, does a team have a pre-game hype song?
Or last year it was definitely Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. I think that's what that was like our go-to always, especially the grand final. But other than that, not really. I would say just chuck the old speaker on. We're good to go.
And who's the responsible one for the speakers?
I am, but I don't know how I still am because I reckon I've lost like 4 or 5 over the years. Like leaving at away games, under the table. I think I left one in Toowoomba and I was like, those lucky girls have just got a 6 speaker. But I've still got the reins somehow.
I'm assuming you haven't lost any speakers this year, have you?
No, I've been good this year.
There's still time.
Again.
Embrace it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm learning. Only took me a few years.
And we'll finish with these last two. I asked this question last time I had both of you on the show, and I'm going to ask the three of you this again. Does the team have a fine system this year?
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last year we had one, and the person that collected all the money took all the money. But she now has 3 kids, so we'll let her off. If it's anyone that needed it, it was her. We did say it at the start of the season, but we just didn't follow through.
No.
Mm.
What will be your advice to people that should get involved in the world game?
Find a good team and a good coach, because then you'll always want to come, whether it's for the football or the people that you're spending your time with. Makes it easier.
And a good group of girls or
Yeah.
boys, obviously, whoever it is. Yeah, just find someone you gel with and that you can enjoy each other's company. It's not like it's a chore having to, go to training and play games each week, because it is, such a commitment, and you do spend a lot of time with them. So, yeah, for sure. Good coach, good group of girls or good group of boys.
Yeah, same here.
And sorry, I just remembered one question I didn't ask way before earlier, which I'm going to make this the last question, which is, all three mentioned before at the start what position you played on the field. If you had a dream position where you like to convince Gary to put you, where would that be? Be honest.
Midfield. Yeah. For sure. Do not put me keeper, that's for sure. Don't put me in there.
That's what you said last time.
Yeah. I'm not good for that position. Would you go anywhere else?
I don't mind a bit of fullback every now and then when I have the urge to run, but it doesn't usually last long. So that's a good spot to be.
We're all in our favoured positions.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, all three, thank you so much for getting up so many time before training to join us. Obviously, best of luck for the remainder of the season. Obviously, as the three mentioned before this interview, that obviously it's pretty tight in the top three at the moment, and hopefully that your team in particular will be top of the ladder, and hopefully we'll get to see you hopefully playing for the Premiership, hopefully if it's still at Suncorp like it was last year.
Not, unfortunately.
Oh.
Is that
Perry Park.
Perry Park.
No, okay.
Bummer.
But regardless, hopefully you see us.
That's the plan.
But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will. See ya.
No worries. And of course, if you want to get down there to watch the Gold Coast Knights in action, we'll put all the details up on the next couple of games coming up as they head towards the business end of the season. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away. Here in the 15th year celebration.